Hey Earth Signs, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for popping in and spending time. Always appreciated. Right, as usual, I've meditated, I've taken the jumpers, and I am just going to pull a wisdom oracle or two to frame off the reading before we start. I hope you've had a wonderful, wonderful week. Welcome any newbies, the more the merrier, so thanks for tuning in and spending time too. And right, let's see what's in store for us in the coming week. Interesting cards you've got lying here, actually. Very interesting. I had to pull a couple more on just to make a little bit more sense of it. But let's see what the oracle throws out for you. Bear with me, it does take a while sometimes, but I definitely want an oracle for this read, just to give it another bit of another layer, perhaps. It doesn't need another layer, but let's see what it throws in. Truth be told, it's about being honest with yourself, this is, and brutally honest. If you look at the window there, it's the window through to the heart. And it's an owl holding the window, so it's about being, not only being honest with yourself, but being clever with what you find, using your wisdom and your knowledge. So yeah, truth be told, yeah, and that's you speaking your truth, absolutely speaking your truth. And if you look at the card, the owl is standing on top of an Oscar. So I'm wondering if it's about you promoting yourself as well, maybe speaking up and speaking your truth. It may be about that. Sorry, I know that's glaring. I'm trying to shift it so you can see it properly. Right, let's start with the read. So we've got 3 major arcana in this read, so 3 major trump cards. So oh my god, I've just seen another one, but I'll get to that in a minute. We've got the Empress as the overarching energy of the read. Can you see that, folks? I don't want the glare on it, and I don't want it to go out of focus for you. So yeah, we've got the Empress, all about nurturing, about growth, about being creative, but it's taking the seeds that you've planted, watering them, and watching them grow, and it's about reaping, or not yet anyway. This is about planting the seeds, nurturing the seeds, and watching the fruits of your labor materialize, if you like. So yeah, absolutely beautiful nurturing card there. Just behind it, we've got Justice, and let's have a look. Sorry, just give me 1 minute to have a look. I just need to tie this in nicely. It's not surprising to see it behind. Sorry, it came out like that. It came out like that. So we've got the Empress, which is about the growth, about the nurturing, and then you've got the Justice. It's about truth. It's about balance. It's about you being on the right path, Earth Signs, which is absolutely beautiful, and it's about truth, and it's about your truth, and I feel that it's really important to stress that in this reading. So absolutely look at yourself, Earth Signs. What is it you love? What is it you want? And be brutally honest with yourself and others. Say out loud, speak that truth of yours, because that will always set you free. Put my teeth back in, shall I? So yeah, that's the overarching energy of the read, folks, which is absolutely wonderful, really gorgeous. Now, in the energy departing, we've got the Two of Wands. So we've got decisions and choices here. It's about being at a crossroads. It's about which path do I take? Do I take the left? Do I take the right? And maybe none of them. Do I go straight ahead? It's not about what's in front of you. It's about making a decision. It's about what materializes, what opportunities come your way. Do you want them? And if not, what different path do you want to take? But it's certainly a choice going on here. It could be a choice to do with anything. It could be to do with partnerships, with a love interest, with a job, career. It's a general read, so it's going to mean something different to each of you. So bear that in mind. But definite choice going on here. So choose wisely is what I'm going to say. You know, do it speaking your truth, in your truth, for your truth. You know, that will lighten your load and make your path less weary, if you like. We've got the energy coming in. We've got Temperance, guys, and Temperance is about balance. And of course, who isn't looking for balance? And you know, also the twos are about balance as well. So it does seem here that you are seeking balance. And why wouldn't you be seeking balance? It's you know, that equilibrium that we all look for, that, you know, that peaceful space where there's no blip. We're all in search of that. And I've got to say, I was shuffling a different deck of cards before this came out in this reading, and the card that flipped out was also Temperance. And so but it was Temperance on the flip side. It was the vice versa tarot that I was using, and so which told me, or made me feel like perhaps you don't have the balance that you want and you are seeking. But Temperance, this card also means proceed, but proceed with caution. You know, we all do want balance, but at what cost? You know, and you know, do take your time in making decisions, just in case it isn't the right one for you. You know, so proceed with caution. We've got the Six of Wands, the Emperor, and the King of Wands for the potential outcome here. The Six there is all about perseverance. It's all about focus, absolute focus, persevere. You know, not drive yourself into the ground, that's the wrong phrase. Dig your heels into the ground and absolutely, you know, with determination to whatever it is that you want to do next, or whatever path you take, do it with determination and focus. The Emperor is here, and the Emperor is all about authority and leadership and focus, and he's really focused to the point where, you know, he can almost be quite a tyrant. And I think that the Emperor is here saying to you that you need to maybe envelop the attributes of the Emperor in order to take yourself forward, but not to be so rigid. And that's where the King of Wands comes on top of it. The King of Wands is also an authority figure, and he's about knowledge, about wisdom, about expertise, and he gives good advice. He's almost a softer version, a more diplomatic version of the Emperor. The kings will make the decisions, and and maybe the Emperor will implement the decision, if you like, but it's the way you do it. And I think the King of Wands is on top of the Emperor here, saying to, as you go forward, don't be so rigid, do go cautiously and softly, perhaps. It's the King brings a degree of softness to the Emperor, so bear that in mind, just in case you do go forward and it appears that you are perhaps being dictatorial or forceful, and that's not what anybody wants, is it? So yeah, about knowledge, expertise and wisdom. Give good advice. Ask someone for advice if you need advice. It's about empowerment and empowering others around you too. So really, really nice energy. But yeah, the biggest thing here is be true to yourself in this reading. Absolutely be true to yourself. Speak your truth. and you are on a path of growth and evolvement here. So do be gentle, be kind to yourself. Let's just pull an animal oracle to see what else they would like you to take into next week with you. Right, just a quick shuffle. Wow, I'm going to take that one. Let's see if we can get one more. Well, that was a bit messy, wasn't it? I do struggle a bit sometimes with these cards. They're so big and my hands aren't that big, so they tend to go all over the place. What we've got, time for a deep dive. Yes, earth signs, you know, you do have that path coming up, and you will have to make a decision, and you know, in order to achieve that balance that you're looking for, do take a deep dive and go within and see what you find in there, because it is time to speak your truth, and you know, and it will lighten your load. You know, it's about doing what you want to do, what makes you happy, but without, you know, without doing it in a way that perhaps offends others. I feel that this energy here at the end of the read, you know, there's nothing wrong with passion. It's beautiful to be passionate about what you want to do, but you know, be mindful of the way you get there, and passion sometimes can be misconstrued for being hard-headed, inflexible, you know. So instead of adopting the emperor attributes, although I think you should but soften the edges, you know, absolutely soften the edges going forward. And it's time for you to take a deep dive. There's absolutely loads going on here, earth signs, only you know what it is. Obviously it's different for all of you. It's a general read, but really strong cards here. And I wouldn't be surprised if you're feeling a bit anxious, because there's a lot of different energies in the mix here, and it's going to take. I think you've got the Temperance here, and the Temperance in the other deck that I was talking about. It's come twice to me in this read, so I think balance, or trying to strike a balance, is really important here, just in case it does tip you over one way or another too much. Skunk Spirit, know your worth. Absolutely know your worth, earth signs. You know, it's so wonderful to be a giver, but don't forget to receive also, because that gives balance. You know, and do know your worth. You know what you know, and that's all that matters. And don't let anybody put that down or undermine it in any way. Know your worth. You know your stuff. You've got loads going on here. I know you're seeking balance. We're all seeking balance, but so much more so here. I've got sorry, I'm going to pick up the other deck that I had, and there's the Temperance in the other deck, and it's the back. Being the vice versa deck, it's the back of the Temperance card. That's the actual front. So being the back of the Temperance card tells me that you're striving for balance here. It's not here yet, but you will find it. Persevere, focus, do it softly and gently. We don't have to browbeat anybody along the way. You know, even involve them, bring them in and ask advice, but don't forget, know your worth, and speak your truth. It's a really, really beautiful read, actually. And it's a read that's finished off with, you know, and I've done it myself, when you've been so excited, you can't wait to go forward. And sometimes you do it and your not effervescence, your passion comes out in the wrong way. It can be seen as maybe an egotistical or rigid or, you know, inflexible, all those words I said before. So do be mindful to go forward, but go forward gently, not only with yourself but with others. So my lovelies, I hope that resonated with you. It won't with all, as I said. If you did enjoy the content, please like, share and subscribe. Again, thank you very much for tuning in. Have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful week ahead. Take care of you and each other. Toodle pip.